Hi, everyone. All right. We would be looking at pivot table in this class. Pivot table pivot table is a tool in Excel that helps in summarizing the data on your table. Recall this our gadget data set that had date, region, product, sales representative, unit sold, unit price. All right. In our previous lessons on this table, we were able to calculate for total sales. We sampled out the calculation for division, subtraction, addition. We tested out substitute, text, and if function. All right, I would like to use this table to create a pivot table visualization. However, I'll be focusing on the true values of this table, which is the region, product, sales representative, unit sold, unit price, and total sales. So quickly, let's get right into it. To begin, we will go to the Insert tab of our Excel ribbon. Select Pivot Table, which is the very first icon on the Insert tab. Click on it, and on Table Range, in my work for you, you'll be highlighting the entire table of this our gadget dataset. And for location, we'll be choosing a new worksheet. So quickly select new worksheet and click on OK. And a new sheet will be created for you right here with some kind of visual right here and a pane right here with the list of all the columns on your data set right here. Okay, so it's simply a drag and drop system to create a pivot table. We would like to see the total units sold or the sum of units sold per region. So I will drag region, I'll select region, click on it, and drag it to rows. And we have something like this right here. We can see that the total region we have on that data set, just in case you didn't look at it properly, contains east, north, south, and west. We want to see the sum of units sold per region. All right, so I'm going to be dragging units sold to values. And boom, automatically, pivot table has given us the sum of units sold for each region. Okay, we might need to create another pivot table just so that we'll go through the creation of pivot table again. I will go to my sheet 1 that contains my data. I will go to Insert, select Pivot Table. I would highlight my entire table. And this time around, I will be choosing Existing Worksheet instead of a new worksheet. Now it's asking for the location of the existing worksheet. I want my table to be in sheet 2 where I already have a pivot table represented. On location, it has identified sheet 2. So I would also highlight the space that would contain my second pivot table. Just pick just a little corner, highlight a little corner, and click on OK. Oops. I think sheet 2 appeared twice, so I'll make sure it's okay. All right, so I have that same visual right here. This time around, I would like to see the products, each product and the unit sold. All right, so I'll drag product to rows and the total units sold per product, and I have something like this. So just in case you didn't see the data set properly, pivot table has summarized all the products on our table. We can see that we had just 3 products on that whole table. The products are widget A, widget B, and widget C. and it's also showing us the sum of units sold. We can go further by adding more values to our pivot table. I would like to see sales rep per region and their performance. So I'm going to be dragging sales rep under region. Sorry. Okay, first, I need to intentionally select the first pivot table. Okay, so on my first pivot table, I have region. So I'm going to be dragging out sales rep under it. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, so let me just quickly create another pivot table. It's fine. The more pivot table we create, the better for us. It helps us learn how to create pivot table. Okay. Again, I will go to insert, pivot table, location will be existing worksheet, and it would be sheet 2, and it will be this corner right here, and I'll click on OK. All right, so I want to select region, sales rep, and you see that for each region, the sales rep who was responsible for every region is being highlighted. All right, and I might want to go ahead to drag in products and hope it looks good. Okay, let me just stop here for now. This time around, I think I would like to see total sales, not units sold. And I have my total sales for each region. I have my total sales for each region on my pivot table. And when I click the drop-down icon, I would see all of the sales rep represented for each region and their total sales per sales rep, how they performed in that particular region. James Smith sold 27,000. Jim Brown sold 48,000. John Doe sold 30,000. So we can see that in the East region, Jim Brown had the highest sale. Let's check out for North. For North, James Smith had the highest sale for the Northern region. For South, Jim Brown had the better sale for the South region. And for West, Jim Brown also had the highest sale for the Western region. So we can all agree that Jim Brown seems to be the better marketer in this company. All right, so that's for pivot table. I'll be stopping right here. But what you need to know is that you can also create columns. Let's say we want to include unit prices as a column. I will drag unit price here, and our unit price is broken down. 3 more columns has been created for unit prices. If we click the drop down arrow for East, we are going to be seeing unit prices and total unit prices broken down by sales rep and the rest of it all, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's not important to me, so I'll take this out. One more thing before I go. Notice that for all our table, we have sum of units sold, sum of units sold, sum of total sales. But what if we don't want to see the sum? We want to see average units sold by product. Okay, so I would come here. This pivot table contains sum of units sold per product. We want to see the average, not the sum. All right, so I click on the corner of our pivot table and this appears automatically. Where I have sum of units sold, I will click the drop down arrow beside it, select value field settings, and choose average, because that is what I want to see. I want to see average units sold, not sum of units sold. Okay, and then I will click OK. And now we have average units sold by products. That, my dear friends, is pivot table. See you in the next class as we look at pivot charts.